Well, hello, traders and investors. My name is Roger Scott. I'm the head trader for Wealthpress. Today is August 5th. August 5th. I'm still thinking February. I'm not kidding you. I'm still thinking February, but we are already in August. I mean, I don't know. I think this COVID-19, this whole thing just made time move faster. There's just so much stuff going on, a lot of news, a lot of data. And as I say, let's get into it right now. I've got some really good, cool stuff for you. I'm going to go over the global news. Then I want to give you my 5 top mid-cap picks. That's right, mid-caps. I have a new algorithm that I just started using, and I love this algorithm, so I'm going to give you my top 5 mid-cap stocks. And then if we still have some time, I'll go through some real stinkers for you. Stinkers that you want to avoid at all costs, all right? Stocks that are just foul, all right? So let's talk about this. Global markets, U.S. stock futures rose Wednesdays as investors monitor U.S. talks on more stimulus spending and a U.S. trade pact with China. I don't think we're going to have a U.S. trade pact with China anytime soon. I honestly don't, not based on what I'm seeing right now. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Investors, they're watching the stalemate between U.S. legislators over employment benefits for millions of Americans thrown out of work because of COVID-19. This is where I think President Trump is going to give us something. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know there's been a lot of negotiations, and I think we're going to see something positive. Now, investors has been buying gold and silver as the value of the stock prices have been seeing minor declines. Adding some jitters was a huge explosion in Beirut that killed at least 70 people, injured more than 3,000, flattened much of the capital, and much of the destruction is still unclear. So that's what we need to figure out, because is it a terrorist attack? Is there something going on? We just don't know yet. Global markets have recovered most of this year's losses, but I'm telling you right now, folks, sentiment is not that great right now. There's only, S&P 500 is trading above the 200-day moving average, but only 53% of stocks are trading above the 200-day moving average. Numbers of people filing for unemployment is resurging. Infections are pushing some states to reimpose control of businesses. Economists expect a report on Friday, this is going to be a big one, showing U.S. employers added 1.8 million jobs last month. So that's the target, and we will see if that happens. And crude oil is moving higher as we expected, which means less bleeding for U.S. frackers, producers, distributors, because the acquisition price is above $40 per barrel, if you can believe that. Now, I want to show you some stocks that I'm looking at. These are mid caps right now. Let me give them to you. First one is ticker symbol TER, Teradyne. These, nobody has these yet. I gave them last night at a class that we had, but otherwise no one else has them. So I want to show them to you on a chart and go through them with you. These are stocks that are increasing in momentum faster than other stocks, but are not showing too much short-term momentum. So these are stocks that are doing exactly what I like, showing growth, but are not moving parabolically, which means there's a good chance they can break out. So we got Teradyne. Love this stock. This is a 3-month chart. Look at the 9-month chart. Moving up, nice little round top, a nice little buy area right above the 91.60 level. Maybe put a sell stop right around the 85 level. That's Teradyne, TER. Next one is SEDG. This is Solar Ridge Technology. Again, breaking out nicely. I still believe the stock has more upside to go. Next one, we got QDEL. Let's take a look at QDEL. Again, these are the fastest mid-cap stocks. Not S&P 500, but mid-caps. Companies that are not small caps, but mid-caps, waiting to get their edge in on the S&P 500. They have less capitalization than the largest 500 stocks in the world. But nonetheless, these are companies worth billions and billions of dollars. So we got QDEL. And this one you want to want to wait for a pullback. We got Grubhub. Now, how long have I been talking about Grubhub with you guys? Oh, I love this. See, look at that. Nice little congestion with a little... That's ready to buy, in my opinion, because there's no parabolic move. I would buy right around the 75 level, put a sell stop right around the 69.20 level. Grubhub. Love the way this stock's looking. So far, I like the first one, TER, and I like Grub for right now. The SEDG and QDEL may need to wait a little bit. And lastly, we got Axon. Let's look at these. I gave them last night for the first time, but I haven't looked at them yet. So this is 9 months. This is 1 year. Notice it moved down, but it's now moving up. I would wait for this stock to trade above the 50-day moving average, which is right around the 92 level. So I would put a buy stop right around the 92 level, but I like how it's been moving. You know what? While I'm here, why don't I also give you the top S&P stocks? Why not, right? We're already here. NVIDIA. Let's look at NVIDIA. These are the fastest gaining S&P 500 stocks. NVIDIA, DXCM, Dexcom. Look at that thing. Look at that. Nice and ready to go. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I figured, what the hell? How can it hurt, right? More is always better than less. Synopsis. Look at that. I love the way it's looking right now. Getting ready to break out. ODFL. Not really familiar with this stock too much. ODFL. Old Dominion. Yeah, I just didn't know the ticker symbol. And this is an interesting stock. This is a stock you want to look at because it's in the S&P 500. It's in the transportation sector, and this stock is looking good. Transports should start rallying. And I like this stock, and I like how it's looking right now, actually. It's looking really good. And finally, I've been talking a lot about Vertex, but that's another stock. There you go. Those are the top stocks in the S&P 500, and I gave you the mid-caps. TER, SEDG, QDEL, GRUB, GRUB, and AAXN. And I really like TER, and I really like GRUB out of those two. Now, I'll also give you the stinkers. I'm going to give you the stocks you want to avoid at all costs. And you know what? The truth is, not much has changed. I'm just going to go through the worst of the worst. Does this sound familiar? Wasn't this the stock that I was telling you to stay away from 3 weeks ago? It's only gone lower. First Energy. Nordstrom's is in bankruptcy. You want to stay away from them. Carnival's crap. Norwegian Cruise Line's crap. Wells Fargo, does it remind you of anything? OneOk, Xerox, Wynn. Vegas isn't picking up with the COVID-19 spiking again. Equity Residential Common Shares. That's a real estate investment trust that focuses on commercial real estate. That's a stinker. Occidental Petroleum, terrible. Coach, nobody's buying Coach right now. Vornado Realty Trust, another REIT. So I would stick with these. I would avoid Nordstrom's because it's in bankruptcy right now. But First Energy, Carnival, Norwegian, Wells Fargo, OneOk, Xerox, Wynn, Equity Residential Trust, and Occidental Petroleum Corporation. These right here, FE, CCL, NCLH, WFC, OKE, Xerox, XRX, Wynn, and EQR are perfect short opportunities. So now you have the best mid caps, you have the best S&P 500 stocks, and you have the worst, the stinkers in the S&P 500 stocks that you want to avoid at all costs. Now, I've got something important, and I really, really want you to pay attention. To gain an edge in today's market, it almost feels like you need to be able to predict the future. It would be great if we can predict the future. Remember Back to the Future? I love that movie, one of my favorite movies. When the old Biff gave the young Biff the manual to all the almanac to the sport events, I thought that was priceless. That's how I feel sometimes giving my rules to beginners, knowing that they're not going to listen to me, and knowing if they would listen to me, they would make out like bandits. But that's for another day, another time. So what if I told you that I have the next best thing to predicting the future? You see, hedge funds, even algorithms, they can be fairly predictable. Look at the stocks that I'm picking. They're not all that different from the stocks that I picked 2 weeks ago or a week ago or a month ago. Matter of fact, last I heard, 20 of my last picks have been accurate. So there's a lot to be said about algorithms and hedge funds and statistics. So when a few technical factors line up, you can almost be certain that a stock is going to be bought up by institutional investors. I'm not kidding. There's 3 stocks that just went on the clock and look ready to make a serious move higher. And I'm ready to give away their names, ticker symbols, and I'm going to review their setups for you. I'm going to do it all. You don't want to miss this. Click the link below to get your grubby hands on these latest on-the-clock stocks. I mean, do it now. Do it now. Follow the link. Get these now. There's no downside. I'm going to show you how to time the market with one of the coolest strategies ever, and you're going to know literally how to predict which stocks are going to be bought up by institutional traders ahead of time. Not after the fact, ahead of time. I'll talk to you soon. Follow the link. Don't miss out. Click the link below to get your hands on the latest on the clock stocks. Do it now. Bye.